Testing from the Juanki ears, testing from the Juanki ears. We meet again. We meet again. Oh, the shrimp is frozen. I thought the shrimp would be unfrozen by now. Oh, Lord. Let's see. Testing from the Juanki ears, testing from the Juanki ears. I just got in, about to throw down in this kitchen for my husband, the Incredible Hulk. Pull up a chair. Let's talk about it. Let's see. I can pull this in cool water because we're having this tonight. Testing from the Juanki ears, testing from the Juanki ears. If you are in the room, you want to give me a sound check, let me know. I can start jaw jacking everything that's been going on these streets as I cook my meal. I just got in from work, but I wanna, and again, we can have Mexican here in 3.5 seconds, but I prefer to just cook something good for the Incredible Hulk and I. The rice is in the rice cooker. Yeah, during the week I cheat with the rice cooker. Let's see. Testing from the Juanki ears, testing from the Juanki ears. If you are able to give me a sound check so that I know that you can hear me up in YouTube land. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I am thawing the shrimp. Testing good. Hello, Naris21. Good evening. I just pulled up. I just pulled up to the crib. Naris21, and I'm here about to start cooking for my husband, the Incredible Hulk. How are you, Naris21? How was your day? Are you ready for the Thanksgiving? The YouTube streets have been on fire. There is selective outrage currently. Where is the broccoli? Okay. I am doing rice, beans, veggies, and shrimp. Shrimp. I should probably start on the beans first because they always do take the longest. So let's start with the beans first. Um, I'm tired. It was a long, productive day at work. And then I come home. I had to do a couple of errands after I got off from work. We have a VIP this week, a very important person coming to the domicile. My mother-in-law. I guess you could call her Mother Hawk is gonna be here. Mother Hawk is gonna be here. And although she's a very cool, easygoing lady, I want it to go perfect. I want it to go without a hitch. I want her to be impressed, so that's exciting. But anyway, I come to you as I cook to discuss a little bit of the happenings and the selective outrage that I've seen this morning. Marriage 21, the latest that's going on in these streets around here is people making fun of breast cancer. Breast cancer, yeah. People making fun of breast cancer. People allowing people to go on their panels. This is why I don't like them panels. Panels is just, y'all never seen me in a motherfucking panel. Not because I haven't been invited. Trust me, some of the gays have tried to summons me. If only they know that you you can summon this. You know what I mean? Okay, I am cleaning the shrimp. We're gonna have shrimp tonight. Um, it was still a little frozen, so I'm thawing it in cool water, and I am cleaning it. Love Blake, I was waiting for you. Juan and Hog next week. Okay, Love Blake. I hope you're having a good evening. I hope that I can entertain you a little bit. I'm not gonna be doing too much right now because I am tired from work, but I did want to talk a little bit about what's going on in these darn YouTube streets. Um, I was perusing the streets this morning, Naris 21, and you gotta chill. You know you gotta chill. You gotta chill, be dropping in. And love you guys. We love you too. We love you too. And you already know. You already know, Love Blake. My gangster Love Blake. All right. You already know. So we got you. We got you. Um, so I was perusing the streets and I realized that you gotta chill. Naris 21 has a channel. Thank you for showing love support. Okay. Uh, and yes, Love Blake. Naris says that love your Love Blake. Yes, we love us some Love Blake. And 2026 is gonna be real good for Love Blake. All right, we're almost there. So Maris, you gotta chill has a channel, right? You know, you gotta chill. She comes through, whatever, and always been supportive. You know, she's been here for the mess, for the jokes, for the laughs, for everything, right? So I was um I was perusing and I saw that she had a channel, and then she put a message that there's this content creator. His name is the cartoonist. You know, he had made a very dramatical video where he was saying that he was gonna take a break. That and also you so now I'm invested. Now I gotta go find out what the f is going on. You know what I'm saying? Because a cartoonist, he always comes through and he does like a like stand up comedy type of thing. It's entertaining. It's entertaining. I'm subscribed and I've been watching for some time now, right? And so, but he was like on some, long story short, Naris 21. I don't know if you know who Big Burger Bree is. She's a cast member from the 600 Pound Life that nobody knew. Let me give you some history on her. Let me open up the book on that bitch. Let me open up the book on that bitch right now. And the reason why I'm so salacious with it is because ain't nothing I hate the most than somebody that's in the sector, right? Allows for some foul shit to go down on their page, but then masquerades it as, well, I'm just letting people talk. I'm just, I don't agree with what they're saying, but you're giving them the platform. Drop a motherfucking bomb on that. You by allowing them to be on your platform, doing the bullshit that they're doing, you by default co-signing with whatever bullshit they're doing. Okay? And let me tell you something. Out of all the people, all the different sets of characters that have traits up and down uh, these sectors in the years that that I've been around and been watching, and Big Burger Brie. It ain't never been anything like Big Burger Brie. All right, I'm telling you. I'm gonna open up the book on Big Burger Brie. Let me tell you about Big Burger Brie. Big Burger Brie, right? She was a subscriber first, like many of them are. Eventually, she started feeling her pussy. Oh, by the way, if you are offended by foul language, strong language, and any of that, you might want to go somewhere else. I just got out of work and I'm here in the kitchen cooking for my husband. I'm tired. I have a VIP coming. I am not ready yet. And I'm just going to run my mouth. If you don't like it, when you ain't like it. And that's it. Big Burger Brie started filling on her pussy, right? And created a channel. Then she was also following the TSCCs. She was doxing people, the queen of doxation, until a really close friend of hers slash caretaker doxed her ass. And we found out, Naris 21, we found out Big Burger Brie is a fat bitch, 700 pounds. Okay. Uh, homebound, homebound. All right. As if something like that could potentially be, but all the mess that she was doing, looking like that, it's always the least. It's always the less qualified, the least. So anyway, so that was a big secret. And her friend came out and put pictures of her, and it was like Big Burger Brie, huge, huge bitch. Okay, she had a panel yesterday where she had ZX, which I don't know if you know who he is. He's a very angry individual, an old man, angry individual. That sizzling that you hear is me dropping in the peppers to accompany the Goya beans. I do a little saute of pepper, red onion, Okay, I throw my mama's sofrito in there. She makes it from scratch. It's a Dominican recipe. Only the grandma to know. At some point, she's gonna give me the recipe, but for right now, I'm okay with just using it. You know, she comes and she makes it and leaves like 5 tubs for me in the freezer. So that's what you hear in the sofrito. I'm about to put the sofrito in there. Okay, okay, okay. Spray the sofrito. So these beans are good. And then my husband loves to have some pumpkin in there. So I'm going to throw a few cut up pieces of pumpkin in there. A little bit of water. Right. Bam. Sofrito, adobo. Oh, yes, we're Latin here. We like our shit with flavor. Sofrito, adobo. I'm going with this here. Big Burger Brie allows CX to go on her platform and he begins to talk a whole bunch of nonsense and talk about a whole bunch of shit that never happened, storytelling it his own way. You know, just I've never really liked that old man. I don't understand. If you so straight, if you so from the manosphere, from the man sector, what the fuck you doing here? You know what I'm saying? And I remember when they came here, it was him. It was the one when you remember the one Love Blake that showed up at his house in the middle of the night and he came out with his gun, talk about take your panties off, and we all saw it on ring cam. You remember that, Ms. Love Blake? A mess. Naris 21, a mess. But here's the part. I didn't see the whole live because I wasn't interested like that. But I and you know I've had my battles with Dolby Mildew. You know I've had my battles with Dolby Mildew. But we find out that Dolby Mildew is a cancer survivor, breast cancer survivor, and CX is up there just saying the most disgusting, disparaging things about women and breast cancer. And you know, the cartoonist who comes live every day or every so often to just talk about what's happening, that was too much for him. Well, the cartoonist, let me tell you this: that's the beef sector. That's the current state of the beef sector. It's because there was a time when the beef sector wasn't about that. It wasn't about um, reading somebody for having cancer, something that they cannot help. And I am going to be the first one to say, Love Blake, you've heard me drag a few homosexuals here, and when I'm dragging, I've drugged, but I've had my limits. I've had my limits. These people have no fucking limits. These people don't have, like, as if you didn't have a mother, perhaps a daughter, a sister, a grandchild that could potentially be affected by the same thing. You're up there, but I blame Big Burger Brie. Big Burger Brie. That's who I blame. That's who I blame. Oh, hello, Miss Views of You. Miss View says, just ratchet and also giving folks the label of having cancer. That too. That too. It was just you know what got me, Miss View, and I am not a fan of Dovey Mildew, but what listening to Dovey Mildew screaming, and him talking and doing, and I'm not gonna repeat the shit that he said, but the jokes that he was making, and those are not jokes. That's just straight up evil. That's straight up evil. There's a special place in hell for that man. I never liked them when they came over here with what was that lady's name? The one who showed up at his door with her pant, and he was like, take your panties off, and he waved the gun at her face. He is trash as well as Brie. Big Burger Brie. And the thing is, like, bitch, you like fucking you're gonna be winning an oxygen tank, like the cartoonist said. You are like you any man that's with you is because they say fat bitches suck good dick. They say that because they have to work harder to maintain the man. So they'll suck, swallow, vacuum clean the whole nine. They'll do the whole nine. But realistically, your health profile, Big Burger Brie, cannot be one that's good. And you're here conjugating and and perpetrating all this negativity with something like cancer. Bitch, is you okay? Have you seen yourself in the mirror? Have you seen yourself in the mirror? Then it's the selective outrage. I say selective outrage because, you know, then we wake up to a whole bunch of videos being made and all that. I don't remember videos being made when other people who have gone through that and have shown us for the purposes of just educating and stuff like that, when they were being drugged and talk about, you know, I'm gonna punch you to stage 6. Yeah, that's what somebody said here. And they want to slap him until stage 6 of that. They found it entertaining. They found it to be the content. Nobody felt outraged. Nobody was making videos. None of that. I tell you, it's. So the cartoonist says he needs to take a break. Eh, Welcome to your first season. This is this is what it is and how it is. Okay, for the shrimp, Miss View, I'm doing shrimp with steamed broccoli, rice, white rice, beans, Dominican beans with the pumpkin in there. For the shrimp, I'm going to be using some adobo, Goya adobo, some Mrs. Dash original flavor, some smoked paprika, um, and some onion powder. I will be using um, some garlic. I'm going to mince garlic onto the situation. But for right now, let's just season it. But I'm just like, and then she's like, she was waiting for a cash app to drop him. Girl, is that where you're? She, and then I was like, well, we gotta remember where this bitch came from. She was in cahoots with TSCC and all of them. She was helping to dox. And the minute the other bitch went to jail, or and got told she couldn't be on here, Big Burger Bree stepped up. Big Burger Bree stepped up. I had a problem. I don't know. I had a problem hearing, and again, she's not my cup of tea. I don't particularly love her, but right is right and wrong is wrong. When I was hearing Dovey Mildew screaming to try to defend herself, and this man talking about body parts and do they do this and do you do that, and oh, you know what I'm going to use, ladies and gentlemen? Some Obey seasoning. Obey seasoning. That's right. Obey goes great with the shrimp. Um, just ridiculous. And then you have people, oh, Team Old Bay, yes. You have people, outrage and this, that, and the other. And then I started thinking, I'm like, but yeah, allow these people come in. If everybody would have back in the day, because he was vile from the moment he walked in here. But it was funny. I remember Dovey being in panels with herself. Pisa and Bree just listen, and I dislike Dovey to my core. But she sat on panels with him too. So it's like, okay, so it was good for you back then, but now that he's doing you, Donna, in front of all of us, now it's like you're fighting for your life. You are screaming on the top of your lungs and everything. So the cartoonists, they all hung out together. Exactly, they all hung out together. They all hung out together. And I'm sorry, if you're hanging out with people that, then you must have that in common. You know what I'm saying? You must have these ideas and these mentalities. Oh my God, I just did pepper. Excuse me. And it is true, the pepper does make you sneeze. It is true. A little bit more, Mrs. Dash. A little bit more, Mrs. Dash. I'm so into Mrs. Dash. But so that was like, I was like, okay. So the cartoonist is a little traumatized. He says that these people are sick, and I'm like, oh, thank you, Narish 21. I'm like, oh, you know, welcome to season 1. This is your first season, so this is how they get down. And then people in the audience like, oh yeah, that's why I take breaks. Now all of a sudden everybody takes breaks. It's too toxic. It's too. Nah, a lot of you bitches were in the middle of the night instead of getting some good rest, because of the. Oh wait, I was gonna say good rest before your job in the morning. Who are we kidding? They don't have jobs. They don't have jobs. Thank you, Miss View. They don't have jobs, so they don't have to get up. Look, I got up early this morning, made my husband breakfast. Today is a rare morning that we were actually able to have breakfast together. Usually, he's out the door before I'm out the door, and then it's evening, and here I am cooking. after a long periodical of day at work, doing the things of the things for the people of the people. Finding out insurance is going up so high, Miss View. I don't even know what we're gonna do. I don't even know what we're gonna do. Insurance is so freaking high, going up so high. But I digress. Big Burger Brie. This is another situation where she is the catalyst for the bullshit that goes on. Miss Nubiology, good evening. Nice to see you, Miss Newbie. I'm here to work as I cook for my husband. We are having some some shrimp, broccoli, white rice, Dominican beans with a little bit of pumpkin in the beans, with a nice glass of and an avocado. Gotta get those omega oils, and a nice tall glass of the iced tea that I make for him. But Ms. Nubi, I was just talking about, the recent outrage, and just pointing out how even though Big Burger Brie talks about, oh, she was just, letting him talk. She does not. She put up a message up there with a Cash App saying that she does not condone, or the messages are not, the opinions are not reflective of her. Yeah, okay, okay. But then you have to really think about, what does she have? Like, what does she have in her life? She does not care about her health, clearly. So if somebody doesn't care about their health, do you think they're gonna be sensitive and care about somebody else's? No, no. Big Burger Brie knows that she would never be that girl. The girl in the picture, she would never be. Sounds delectable. Big Burger Brie knows she would never be that girl. Big Burger Brie knows the way of keeping a man for her is just to sexually please him orally through the mouth, okay? By sucking and drinking. Sucking and drinking. And we know, although there's some guys that like fat bitches, but we know, we know they're putting that fucking sheet over her head and letting her just go downtown to work. We know they ain't, So I was not surprised. I was not surprised that her name is attached to all this bullshit. Because that's how Big Burger Brie is. You have to remember where she comes from. The whole TSCC era. Okay, doxing for them people. Are we gonna forget that she was one of the major doxers, right? And when the other one went to sit down and do her time, she was the lead in the Mess Express. Oh, we're gonna act like we don't remember that, right? That's why I don't give these people a click on a view. I don't. I don't. I'm in a whole other stage of my life. Do I come out and read bitches? Yes, some bitches need to be read, especially the homos. Especially the homos who tried me. They need to be read, and they will continue to be read. But there are fucking limits. I don't like Dovey Mildew. I don't like her at all. I call her Mildew. She lied on me. She woke up one morning at like, no, I woke up one morning at like 4 o'clock in the morning. This is when I was working downtown in Wall Street, Newbie, and I'm getting ready to go to work, right? And I used to just play her, give her support the old lady, support the old lady who nobody's listening to. So I'm like, let me support her. She was all dressed in white and she had a black candle and she had my name and another content creator's name, who shall remain nameless on this chat and in this channel. Um, that's so 3 seasons ago. Don't ask me nothing about it. Naris 21. That is so 3 seasons ago. We don't do looking back episodes. We don't do that. But in the seance that she was doing, she had written Juanki Pro and put me under the black candle, just like she said she would the night before. And I don't know what she was praying for, but whatever she was praying for, it was a complete opposite. Because shortly after that, I met my husband, the Incredible Hulk. Shortly after that, we moved in together. Us gays, we like to test run before we commit. Then shortly after that, he asked my parents for my hand in marriage. And, to my surprise, because my father was never really like, you know, an abusive father or anything like that, but I didn't know he was down with it. So he allowed him to marry me. Then they took me uh, for dinner It was amazing. It took me for dinner, and and it was my birthday. It was my birthday dinner, and all my family members were there. We had a beautiful by the water. You could see the buildings and the boats, and I'm like, okay, it's a work night. Let's go ahead. I was like, let me go. I'm gonna go and go to the restroom now, so you guys can bring the cake because I know there's a cake coming. So I got up and I went to the bathroom. I said, let me take a little bit extra time. This will allow them to all get themselves together for the cake. Surprise! As if I didn't fucking know, right? And then I come in, I sit down, Miss View. I sit down, Miss View. And the restaurant dimmed the lights. And I'm thinking, okay, here comes the cake. But my mom is talking to me across the table. Incredible Hulk is sitting next to me. I'm sitting with my sister, the doctor, my sister, the lawyer, my other beautiful sister that I got, my dad. It was a nice little round table, and they dimmed the lights, right? And I'm like talking, doing my storytelling. You know how I get down. I really get into it. And then all of a sudden, oh, I need to now mince garlic. For the mincing of the garlic, Miss View, I have an apparatus. I have a contraption here where I just put the garlic into the contraction and I press on it and it comes minced on the other end. So I'm sitting there, right, doing my storytelling. I'm like, let's just get the show on the roads. I work tomorrow. And then I see it was like a disco ball effect. I have like a disco ball effect going in my face as the waiter is sliding in a plate, and I'm thinking it's my dessert. And I look, and it's like a nice chocolate cake or whatever, nice piece of chocolate cake with a candle for my birthday. But I see that it's shining. I'm gonna post a picture of it. It's like shining, and it says in chocolate, "Will you marry me?" And it's the ring, like a fucking disco ball inside of a case that had like a LED light pointing right onto it. So it was creating. That's what was creating that disco ball effect. And I read it and I'm like, will you marry me? I'm thinking he's saying happy birthday. I'm thinking I just read happy birthday, Miss View. But I actually said it out loud. I'm like, will you marry me? And I say it again and I read it again. I'm like, will you marry me? And then I looked up and the rest is all a blur. There is video of it though. Incredible Hulk got up and then proceeded to get down on one knee in that whole restaurant, and the waiters are watching, and the other people dining are looking, and my mom has the phone out, and my sisters are smiling, and my dad is cheesing ear to ear, and that's how it happened. And then I put that nasty piece of ring in my on my finger, nasty piece of ring on my finger, and but anyway, yeah, that was a beautiful time. That was a beautiful time. Anyway, so I say all that to say, whatever, every time you say disco ball effect, I think of Saturday Night Fever. That's how I felt. That's how I felt, Miss View. And I'm gonna post a picture, or when I go live, I'm trying to start going live like in the flesh soon. I'm just trying to finish the studio area, Miss View, and we've been taking our time because let me tell you something, Miss View. I love coming out here and talking to folks like you, Miss View, Miss Nubiology, Love Plague, my Naris 21, but nothing beats spending time with Hulk. Drop a bomb on that. That's what I love spending time with my husband. Hold on, I'm trying to light up this stove. I love spending time with my husband. So, if I have to not be on live because I would rather be sitting with him watching some Beyond the Gates or some of our shows. Miss View, I've been watching Love After, what is it? Not Love After, 90 Day Fiance the other way. Drop a bomb on that. Oh, I just cut up the broccoli. And again, ladies and gentlemen, I like to soak my broccoli in a solution of water and vinegar. Sometimes apple cider vinegar or regular vinegar. It don't matter, just vinegar, period. Because I'm paranoid that there's germs and animals inside the thingamajig, so I like to put that in there. I have my pan going. I am going to put some extra virgin olive oil. This is where we're going to lightly saute our shrimp. Where is the vinegar? Here's the vinegar. Okay, I'm gonna catch up with the messages in 1 second. Let me just vinegar. And again, Miss View, I would love to learn how to cook without having it be an explosion. If you look at this right now, everything is everywhere. I have to get better at this. My husband, Incredible Hulk, and I have this thing though. Whoever cooks, the other person does the dishes. So I cook, but he got to come clean up this mess. Let's see. Miss Newbie says, I have a garlic mincing gadget. You put the garlic and roll it. I love it. Yes, that's what I do too. That's what I do too. I have a thing. It's like and then you press on it. Mind you press on it and it comes out the other way. We're happy for you and honor that you trust us with your story. Miss View says, as well as you should, things are not always as pure as they look. Right. What is that? So, okay, so now I'm mincing the garlic. I'm mincing the garlic. I'm mincing the garlic. So I just enjoy, like, I rather spend time with Hulk and, and really like joke around and enjoy him, enjoy our union, than having to be out here having to deal with people who think that the C word is a joke and a read. It really isn't. It really isn't. Um, that's not something that people can help, and so many people are affected by it. I know so many people within my own circle, within my own family, that have been affected by that. And so it's it takes a really unique person with a one-way ticket of hell. And then it's the outrage, but it's like, but you welcomed him. When he came here and called the homos the things that he called us, the women welcomed him because finally a man, a man, a man. As if you and I weren't men in Area 21 because we're gay. You understand what I'm saying? But everybody, oh man, finally a man that's gonna tell them all. Yeah, you tell him. You tell him. Mm-hmm. Right. Miss View says, I am old school. I have the garlic press. I need to get the roller, though, with my old hands. I know which one you have, newbie. Um, but yeah, y'all want, yeah, welcome all these people in here. Y'all welcome all these people in here. Y'all welcome all these people in here. Now I am pouring the shrimp into the pot so the shrimp can cook, right? The thing about this Naris 21 is you don't want to overcook your shrimp. So I'm putting it in the pot, right? It's going to release some water, which is fine. But you want to take it out when it's a little bit translucent, but not fully cooked, because I'm going to be sauteing the shrimp, the broccoli in there too. So it's kind of like a chicken, it's kind of like a shrimp and broccoli I'm doing. The only thing is that this recipe calls for different seasonings than when I did the chicken and broccoli one. Anyway, so to the cartoonist, I'm sorry that you've been traumatized. Welcome to the B sector. Um, he was very angry. I get it. I get it. I get it. But this is what these people give. This is what these people give. This is what some of your faves follow and do and enjoy getting down with. Unfortunate, but this is what it has become. This is what it has become. No limits. We've seen some atrocious shit. We literally have seen people in literal literally caskets going up and down my timeline. I remember when I saw that Miss View, I could not believe it. I could not believe it. I could not believe it. That's what I was seeing. We've seen people make fun of women because with their bear, what is it, barren, they cannot bear children, as if that's a joke, as if that's like we've seen them put um fake babies with a person's picture on them. Like it's not funny. It's not funny. Let me tell you, it's not funny. Read, and again, at the expense of not sounding hypocritical, I have gotten in the mud with some of these tacky mm, homosexuals. But even then, I've had my limits. Even then, I've had my limits. You gotta. You have to. You don't have a limit. You fall for anything. Miss Yu says, right. Little do they know that everyone doesn't want kids. I'd rather have a husband first to drop a bomb on that, right? Drop a bomb on that. Drop a bomb on that. Exactly. Not everybody wants to have a kid. Not, and people have the right to not want to have a kid. Like women have the right to not want to have a kid, to want to have a different, something else differently, to focus on other things. Like you can't, that's such a Republican mind frame. Such a Republican mind frame. You know, it's cartoonist. I know you're taking a break, but it's one of the reasons why, yeah, if you really examine it, most of the content creators here that have been here full time, I know that they do take a couple of weeks off. Whether quietly or whether they make an announcement about it, I'm taking a break or whatever, because it is so toxic, because it is so heavy. For example, I've never really been in any major beef, but there's been many times where I will get off this live drained, Miss View. I know you know what I'm talking about. Completely drained. And it's like I just got completely drained by a whole bunch of people I don't even by a whole bunch of strangers on the internet. Let that sink in. You just allowed a bunch of strangers in the internet to drain you, to absolutely drain you for cents or little cash apps. Is not something that you can fucking retire from. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't something that's making you or breaking you, but that's what you allowed. You allowed strangers on the internet to completely drain the life out of you. And then you have the folks who have nothing to lose, and this is all they got. There is folks that have nothing to lose, and this is all they got. They wake up in the morning, and this is the first thing that they got going on. This is the only thing that they got going on. It's different. It's absolutely different, and I've seen it change and morph over the years. I see people come and go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I just threw the broccoli in there. I'm gonna dab it a little bit with some oil and some extra virgin oil. The beans are beaning. I'm gonna reduce the fire on the beans a little bit. I'm going to also season the broccoli a little bit. Where's my Mrs. Dash? She always gets me right, Naris. Mrs. Dash gets me right. Um, I don't know where this is all gonna end up. Y'all wanted to merge. Y'all wanted to remember when Kwani said there was an acquisition, the merger. She's the one that brought the merger. She ushered some of these people in. We're gonna act like she didn't usher these people in. They ushered these people in from the manosphere, from the black sector, from the a whole bunch of fucking mental illness and unresolved drama and trauma. A whole bunch of people that should be sitting in somebody's couch. Instead of going live, sit on a doctor's couch, figure out how you could get it for free, get the services you need, you know? But no. And then they want to normalize going on panels, yelling at your phone, fighting with strangers, you know, recording threats, recording threats, showing taxation, swatting people, the whole nine, trying to destroy people's lives, calling jobs active jobs and previous jobs. Because let's not forget, and listen, I leave no stone unturned. Let's not forget, let's not act like we were on live when she asked, yeah, I'm calling for a reference check. How long he been working here? And the lady said he's been termed. Drop a bomb on that. But that was the bestie. That was the bestie, remember? Remember, he launched her from his couch. He launched her from his couch. And look how she turned around and put his business out there that he had been termed. That's terminated. Terminated. Listen, you only got to crap on me one time, Miss View. One time. I do not need friends that bad where I will let you step all over me, ridicule me on the internet, and let you think that is so cool. Let you think. I don't care what kind of business. Oh, it's all business. This is all for the money. This is all for the click and the views and the cash apps. No, no. Mm-mm. I have a little bit more dignity than that. These bitches don't got none. These bitches don't got none. They absolutely don't got no dignity. Okay, when you throw your broccoli in there, Miss View, when it gets nice and bright, that's when you want to hit it with the rest of the shrimp. You want to hit it with the rest of the shrimp now. It's nice and garlicky. Okay, and I'm also going to throw in there a little bit of that soy sauce, Kikkoman soy sauce, a little bit of Kikkoman soy sauce. Ms. View says catching felony cases. Yeah, not only that, going to jail for a week and coming out with friends. Who the fuck goes to jail? Who the fuck goes to jail for the weekend and comes out with friends, Ms. View? Remember when she came out and she was getting her boots on and saying hello and bye and all of that to everybody she met? As if this was something to celebrate? Bitch, you are my granny's age. You're nearly my granny's age. And you are excited that you went to jail and you made friends and you ready, and you got the people. We have secured her. We got her. She's with us. We're going to get her some food and then she's ready to go live. And the first thing you do is get on the same device in the same sector with the same people that caused you to go in and catch another case. Drop a bomb on that. Drop a fucking bomb on that. Took her to McDonald's for a meal, right? Took her to McDonald's for. Don't forget the collection, Miss View. They collected money because she was gonna need lawyer fees and get on your feet money and the whole nine, and collected all of that. Did all of that, But they had her Tracy cakes with them. Gotta be fucking kidding me. Couldn't be me. And this is why I say I also gotta remember, Miss View. These people are not from New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm from New York. It's a whole different beast over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, from New York, we don't. Look, I'm already clapping my hands. Y'all hear me? I'm walking in circles in my kitchen, clapping my hands. Because it's like, no, girl, girl, we will be tussling and rumbling down the train tracks to the third rail, okay? Like, it will be on like Donkey Kong. Oh, I get so mad. I get so mad. So, in conclusion, the outrage after calling the police on herself. Miss View. Who, Miss View? Oh, Miss View did a nasty piece of read the other night, and I was inspired by it, Miss View. And I'm gonna let me get my other device since I need to let my I'm also washing Hawks' clothes uh, down in the machine. So I am multitasking, but let me go ahead, Ms. View. I am going to read, if I may, your nasty piece of View is a View channel. Ms. View gave a nasty piece of read. And if it fits, it fits. Let's see, Ms. View. I'm scrolling right here. Ms. View, I read it. I was like, oh, I know who she's talking about. Oh, wait, it's not here anymore. Oh, no, Ms. View, you retired it. Miss View, you retired it. Did I go too fast? Let's see. Oh, it's retired. It's been retired. Oh no, no. Miss View says someone that requires shots to lose body weight and shots to reduce wrinkles on their face should never call anyone two-faced. Team standing bikini ready over here. Drop a bomb on that. I don't have to wait for January to show off my shape. Drop a bomb on that. Let me like it. I'm gonna unlike it and like it again, Miss View. I just liked it again. There we go. I just liked it again. Okay. Oh wait, it's there. Yeah, I just read it, Miss View, and I just liked it again. Absolutely. We all know who she's talking about. We all know who she's talking about. Let's see here. Yeah, that had me. That sent me. I was hollering at the office today. I was hollering at the office today, and then I came across through via Human's View. I came across a post that Just Read My Book made. Uh, Just Read My Book wanted to. She was asking. He said, "Let's see how long you really been around." Question number one: Who is the original Mona Simone? Who's the original? I didn't know there was a second Mona Simone. Was there a second Mona Simone, Miss View, that I missed? I responded. I responded because, gotta let people know I've been here for a long periodical of time. I said, her father name is Freddie. Okay, Freddie's daughter. And she said she can cook the white powder with a spoon and discuss a Pythagorean theory at the same time. Drop a bomb on that. Okay, that's the one I remember. But if there's another one, oh, I have to turn the broccoli. I have to turn the broccoli. I think this is gonna be good, ladies and gentlemen. It looks so nice and clean and healthy. I love it. Now we're just again any day now. Any day now. Beans. I'm gonna lower the fire on the shrimp because it's already cooked. As a matter of fact, I can turn it off. Turn it off and let it just sit in its own heat. That was a good one. I actually enjoy Mona. You enjoy Mona? Did you enjoy her the same when her seven mugshots came out? Drop a bomb on that. We did not know. Mona Simone came out here like a professor. She really had me fooled. I thought she was an honorable woman. Not to say that people who have seven mugshots are not honorable, but it does make me give a little side eye. Let me just I'm tasting the beans. Just a little taste, just a little taste. Mm, 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 baby. Baby, you are gonna violate me once you eat these beans. Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh yes. Mm. I love it. And the pumpkin is just right, baby. You could eat it with the peel on and everything. Just right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Miss View says, now that was that made me do the side eye. I never knew that part. Says something. Yep. Oh, catch a man bounce team. Yeah. Bouncy time. So yes, she has seven. I listen. The way Mona Simone came into the sector, I thought it was hilarious. Because she was very deep and very smart, and her followers were called the brains, and she was sitting here to give us a class like a professor. I love me a good production. And then she was a liar too, Miss View. Remember when she quote unquote interviewed Cardi B? Meanwhile, it was an edited previous interview that she was able to chop up, but she was interviewing Cardi B. She had a way with words. She said, words, words. I got words like condescending. And yes, yes, she had a word. But I remember when she came through TSCC and she was trying to flirt with that lady, the one that went in. Uh, and that lady then made her public enemy number one. Oh my God. Two dykes going at it. Oh, love it. Absolutely loved it. Loved it. And then we didn't know that she had a weight issue too, Miss View. We didn't know Miss Mona Simone was a plus size girl back in the day. That was classic. See, that was classic and that was fun. That was classic and fun. Well, no, except for the time that she told everybody to put wheelchairs in the chat because Mona Simone was fundraising for a wheelchair, for a power chair. Remember the power chair? Remember the power chair? But aside from that, those were fun days. Those were the reads for back and forth and the video for video and the whole nine. Yeah, there wasn't that much taxation going on, but you know. Oh, Castro Cannon, how are you? Hey, a view. Hello, Juanki. Oh, okay. Do you come in peace or do you want me to drag? You want to make this about you, don't you? Here goes. Here goes a faggot in the middle of the night looking for the attention of a married man. Don't you have a felon in your hands whose ass you gotta eat? Oh, we got salacious, ladies and gentlemen. See, this is how you do a faggot that comes through. I didn't. Are you here to kiss the ring? You nearly fucking licked the shit out of my diamonds. I come in peace. Do you come in peace? Do you come in peace? Because as you can see, you're not blocked. He come in peace. Okay. All right. I'm sorry. I'm hungry. I'm hungry. The last thing I had to eat, it was like 8:30 in the morning, and it was a bagel with my husband, and I'm here cooking. So I'm a little. I apologize. I'll give you a beef sector apology. I'm sorry if you felt that what I said was shady. Okay? I apologize. Because, since I'm the only bitch that was in aircrafts and airplanes and airports last week, or the week before, it's all blending to me. And you said what you said. I would have had a little more respect if you see how I come through right away and I put your name in the title and I tell you and the whole nine. I don't allude and I don't, I just straight up tell you to your face. I appreciate that. That's what makes a man a man. I don't like you, bitch. I don't see you. You walk up to them and say, I don't like you, bitch. I don't see you. What's with the name calling? I'm sorry. I'm hungry. My blood sugar's a little low. I apologize. I apologize if you felt disrespected. You see, I'm not above apologizing. I'm sorry. I felt like you were trying to put down people who really work hard. I really wasn't talking about you. Okay, I would take that. If you say you weren't talking, but then why did you mention an airplane when I'm the only bitch that was in a first class flight? I show you proof. A first class flight. That's the front of the plane. You ever been on a plane? You ever been in an aircraft, like inside? The front part of the plane. It takes a lot to be able to sit up there. That's what I was coming through, showing everybody the foods that they were giving me. They gave me a set of pajamas. I walked in there. I want you to know that Incredible Hulk and I were the first ones in, aside from the pilot and the crew. And as I walked to my seat, which was the first seat up there, they gave me a set of pajamas. And then they asked me if I wanted some more champagne. And I looked at my husband and I said, "Can I have some more?" I said, "Sure, baby, whatever you want." Castro says, "I accept I was using an analogy." Okay. Well, then I apologize, Castro. I apologize. I apologize. You know, if you have something to say about me or towards me, please, because I don't go over there very often. I don't. You want to know why I don't go over there very often? I'm still subscribed. I'm subscribed, so you get my subscription. But I don't go over there very often because I want it more for you. I want it better for you. And that's my fault. That's my fault. I often want it better for people that I can call a cohort. That's people who kind of run around your same age and you can say that, you're gay like me, you know, you're a minority like me, the whole nine. So people who I consider my core, I often, want more for people. And that's my fault. That's my fault. People I supervised in the jobs that I've had, I wanted more for them. And it's like, it's my fault. So I don't like what's gone down with you. I don't like the fact that you never really stood up to a Jay Wilson. I don't like the fact that he played. That's an old queen. You understand? That's an old bitch right there. When an old bitch plays in your face and you as a younger generation, younger gay, are allowing it, That's just, it's to another level. I can't even put it into words. I can't even put it into words. This is why I don't let an old bitch or all faggot bitch try me in these streets. Okay? You see me rumble with the jingle maker, because that's an old queen. That's an old bitch. You have to understand. And I'm not trying to preach, and I'm gonna get off soon because I'm about to plate the food for my husband. I told him we will be eating by 9:30. It's 9:18. Castro Cannon, them old bitches are jealous of your youth. Drop a bomb on that. Jealous of your youth. They really are. They're jealous of your youth. I'm not saying you're like, the most attractive or anything, but they're jealous of your youth. They're jealous of having looks. Anything with a wrinkle is better than that what they got going on. You don't need to Botox. I'm pretty sure Botox hasn't even come across your mind. Although I got to do a story time about Botox. Being in New York City, I went to many gay Botox parties, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they actually had these. I never got anything done because I didn't need anything. Plus, I'm not into plastic surgeries like that. And as an actor, you want to be able to have expressions in your face. That's what they pay you for, to be able to make expressions with your face. But I say all that to say, I wanted more from you. I wanted you to stand up to a Jay Wilson and not be ridiculed. And I didn't comprehend and understood why you would get ridiculed and still go over there. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. I don't. Are you trying to, like, let us in on the joke? I feel like everybody's in on the joke but me. Is it that you're trying to get his viewership? Like, you go over there to try to get people to come to your channel? Like, what is the deal? Because you can't fucking read me down, have a kiki in the middle of the night, and then think that I'm just gonna be over and over and over coming back. And people like Miss View have said this to you. Other people have said this to you. Maybe coming from somebody closer in age and that have walked the same type of experience. So that's number one. Number two, the horrific scene that we saw with you, it was horrific. And I did not make any jokes about it, you know, until you started coming for people and doing this and doing that. And then I had my opinion. Because I get it. I get that sometimes people fall really hard for people. Castro says, I try my best to stand up to him, but no worries, I don't hit his link anymore. Well, that's good. You know what I've learned with a Jay Wilson? I give you my trick. My trick is that bitch is already on the ground. You understand what I'm saying? You got so much more going on. And the big portion of that is youth that he does not got going on, that he's irrelevant. He's a non-motherfucking factor. And if you wake up one day and you feel like reading the bitch down, like I've done many times for his life, okay, you have to understand. This is supposed to be a man of God who used the church. Don't forget the ushers. Ushers pass the collection plate. Remember the Sunday church service that he used to run? This is supposed to be a man of God, and this is how he behaves and how he treats people and what he does with people and how he. You understand what I'm saying? He got a lot more shit coming that you will ever be able to read him for or analyze him for or whatever the case may be. Don't fall in his trap. Jay Wilson has tried to summons me how many times over there? I'm not going over there. I'm not going. First of all, you're a tired old queen. I've seen I've seen you I've seen you at the bars in New York City. Figuratively, not literally. I haven't walked into a bar and seen Jay Wilson, but I've seen that type that sits at the edge of the bar waiting to see when the Latino black boys are gonna come in, okay, and wants to buy you a drink, okay, and it's just breathing down your face with the hopes that they're gonna be breathing down your back at 3 o'clock in the morning once the bar closes of the block. I've seen this. And then they think they can just buy you with some weed and some alcohol and some temps. We've seen what that lands our people in. It's called Rico Deontay Barber. Drop a bomb on that. Look, I'm giving too much. I'm giving too much. I'm saying too much, and I'm giving too much. I guess that's Generation X for you. I'm giving too much, but the food is plated. I'm gonna go spend some time with my husband. Thank you, Castro, for coming through. We have hashed it out. So right now we're good. We are good. I apologize if I took it the wrong way. I just, my critical skills were thinking, well, he's talking about planes, and I'm the only one in a plane. I even looked around. I said, anybody else been on a plane? Nobody else has been on a plane. Okay, so we're good. I apologize. I have a response issue. I've been very clear about that. So we're good. With that said, I also want to say, Ms. View says, thanks for sharing the cooking show with us. You're welcome. Eventually, I'm going to try to like come live, but I don't know. I may not want to be giving all my recipes and all my tricks. Ms. View and everybody else who's listening, I want you to pay attention. It is Thanksgiving. I'm going to be coming through before Thanksgiving and all of that. I want to be showing the Popeyes turkey and all of that in case y'all want to do it next year. Um, but I want to point out that it's coming around the time where people like the Jingle Maker, that is Duchess Kelly Love, and people who have been fighting all year are going to come together, Miss View, on a panel, and they're going to be caroling. Okay? I just want you to think about this week and what we've seen and the outrage and all of that, and let's see who are the folks that are going to be caroling together at the end of the year. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. Ridiculous, two-faced it, and a joke. With that said, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, Castro, for coming through. Thank you, Miss Viewers of You. Thank you, Miss Nubiology. My love, Blake. Love you, love Blake. And you already know, love Blake. My Naris 21, my Incredible Hulk, and everybody else who comes through and catches the replay. I meant every word I said. I really did. Big Burger Breed, that's a fat ass bitch. And I don't mean like, ooh, that's a fat bitch. No, that's a fat bitch. 600 pound 600 pound cast member who has the nerve to come through and open the panel and he ha 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 because she was laughing, muted, but she was laughing at Dovey Mill and what she was going through in the whole nine. But you know what? Everything has its purpose, and everything is gonna come. Everybody's gonna get it at some point. All right. With that said, have a good night.